So the last or first or second 2-minute game review I'm going to do for you today is Bound by Flame by Spiders. I pre-ordered this when it came out because it was by Spiders and they made Fairy, which I really loved. This is a full-on disc-based full-release action RPG unlike Fairy, though. So it's a much more ambitious project for this small studio, and I think they pulled it together. It is not the most polished game, and it did come out with mixed reviews because of that. It was put out on almost all platforms, PS3, Xbox, PC, Xbox One, PS4, so because it had that current gen release on the PS4 and the Xbox One, I think people were expecting a little more from it, but it does well as far as if you're looking at a PS3 generation, and it really runs very, very smoothly on PC. I have it playing at the highest specs. It looks nice. There's a couple of problems as far as voice syncing, and just it's not a super duper textured game, but it looks good. The character animations are well done. Nothing looks terribly clunky. The world building is quite nice. It's a very standard fantasy world. The plotline is a very standard fantasy plotline, that there are some evil ice lords moving an army of undead down, and they're fighting against them to save their world, because otherwise the world's going to be taken over. And so, is that weird that this becomes standard? But it is. So in this game, you play a character who's been possessed by a demon, so in your role-playing experience, you have the choice to give over to the demon and become an evil character that changes your physical appearance, or you can fight against it. And of course, you have your 3 classic trees that involve being a warrior, a rogue, or a mage, and you can switch between those throughout the game, so that's kind of nice as well. You can use all those different skill sets depending on where you've leveled up. It also has a very nice crafting system, a weapon and armor upgrade system that's been put in there that works very nicely, and I've been enjoying. The companion characters that you have surrounding you are not terribly deep, but they're well voice acted, and they're all different in their own right, so it's nice to have them around. They're good to talk to, and overall I think it was quite an enjoyable experience. It reminds me very much of like older PC RPGs. It's been described by a lot of reviewers online as like Fantasy Mass Effect or like a Baldur's Gate kind of tradition, and I think that fits really well with it, and it actually reminded me very much of Hunted the Demon's Forge, which I loved and apparently nobody else played, but I think it's a delightful game, and this reminds me of that, so I'm delighted by it. And I'm only about 4 or 5 hours in, and thus far it's been a fairly linear experience. They're really guiding you down the path they want you to take. You can explore villages, but if you go too far off the main quest line path, your character's like, oh, I'm not here to go for a walk, I have to get back. But nice graphics, nice music. It's all turned out like to a very good, positive experience, if not an exceptional one. So if you're looking for something that is a fun RPG, and you like RPGs, and you want something to play on your next gen console before anything else comes out, this is one definitely to pick up, and I would strongly recommend it because it just gives me the warm fuzzies playing it. And I'm gonna go back and play more of it now. And I went over time. It's a longer game, so I feel like it's okay. Bye.